When you're watching gym content, realize that there are exceptions where the recommendations in the video that you're watching don't apply. Many influencers make it sound like their advice is sound in every situation, and people buy that. This is the best reference, or these are the best exercises for your biceps, is something that you commonly hear scrolling on Instagram or watching YouTube. It's good to phrase it in this way to keep things simple, but as you advance, you learn that there's much more nuance to lifting than that. Advice can only be good in most cases, never in all. So when you're watching fitness content, you have to realize that the advice you're hearing may not apply to your situation. A problem may come up in your training, so you go looking for solutions. Let's say that you stop progressing, so you search up on YouTube what's the best intensity, and you stumble upon my channel. I recommend going to failure, but you might be doing too much volume and training harder will just make things worse. You may have stalled, so you go looking for the best rep range and exercises, and you find some guy recommending lengthened biased exercises paired with low reps. I think low reps and lengthened biased exercises are good, but if you've got shoulder pain that's limiting your pressing power, doing more lengthened biased and heavier work won't solve your issue. These were just simple examples, and realizing if advice applies to you can get way more complicated than that. What it is at the end of the day is you looking for an answer to a problem you think you have, but not realizing that you have a weaker link in your system. Training is a system where everything is connected, and every decision must keep the rest of what you're doing in account. At a certain point in your lifting career, you've got to stop following every advice of a certain or few influencers and start thinking for yourself. Because although the advice your favorite influencer is giving is best in most cases and his scenario, it may not be the best in yours. Even this advice I'm giving in this video is horrible for a beginner or an intermediate that doesn't have a good grasp on lifting. There's a certain order that's best to learn things in, and this point is definitely not beneficial to learn early on. Overthinking and the ability to stick to the same thing for long enough to really benefit from it and learn is a way bigger problem for beginners. Some false confidence is great for beginners to allow them to feel like they know what they're doing. And if they don't push their ideas on other people who will probably break their fantasy world, they may live in their fantasy world where they think they actually know how to lift, which allows them to stick to a single approach with a certain level of ease and joy that not many beginners experience starting out in the gym. And don't blame the influencers for not giving enough context. If we would give all the nuance we've personally learned for every advice that we give, all fitness YouTubers would just have one 20+ hour long video. Because to explain how to apply certain advice in every situation, we would pretty much have to explain all the concepts we know and everything we know about lifting. You would have to be some super genius to make and structure a video like that. But am I saying the best creators are the ones that give the most nuance? No. How much nuance is useful depends on your particular situation. Some creators take pride in the amount of nuance they give, and that's cool and all, till they start bashing other people's work. Although their content may be more applicable to advanced lifters and a certain demographic, it doesn't make them better creators. If your favorite creator gives you confidence that what you're doing is the right thing, it may just be what you need the most right now. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching to the very end, and I hope I see you in the next one. Peace.